Hello, how are you? I'm recording this video to explain how to use this financial model I have created for you. So, first of all, you can see that this Excel workbook, in this Excel workbook, you can see a lot of sheets uh, which are open and not hidden, and you can also see that there are other sheets which are hidden. So I have hide some sheets which have working backend working, so you do not need to open any of sheet, and if you want to see this, then you can open if you want. There is no issue. So the purpose of this video that you have to understand that you only need to change in the sheet, this sheet only. I mean assumption sheet. You are not allowed to change in any other sheets. All other sheets are linked with only this sheet. So let's try to understand this sheet, how this is work. So first of all, this is the preparer name. You want to change this name, then you can change this name. Just you can change this as Paul Smith or any other name. So you can see that this name will appear on any of the sheet. So if you want to leave this cell blank, I mean you don't want to write anything in it, so let's let it blank. This is the area where you want to enter the name of your company. I have entered the name as Rebel Fund, so I think this is the name of your fund. So this is the starting month of your financial projections, and this is the starting year of your financial projections. If you want to leave this as blank, then you can also leave this blank, but it is recommended that put some value here. I have put the month July and the year as 2020, and this will appear on every sheet when you move forward. So sorry. So the next thing is the revenue. You have given me these figures. The first thing that these are your revenue sources: Hoodie White, Black Dad, Black White Hat, and so on. So just enter the name of your product here. I have entered Hoodie Black, Hoodie White, Hoodie Black Dad Hat, White Dad Hat, coffee mug, and you can also enter as many products as you can. I have given you a lot of space here so that you want to enter more products here. This is the budgeted price for the year 2020. This is the first year you want to use. I think they have entered. Let's put it black, and then we can see what happened with you. Then now you can see that automatically first year, second year, third year, and fourth, fifth year has been appearing on here. So when we put again 2020, it is 2020. So now $49.99 is the price for first year for this one, this one, this one, this one, and I have entered the same price for all of the years. So you have asked me that the cost of goods sold for all these products is $5. So I have put $5 for everything. Let me check it. It is $5 or not. So the $5. Just check. 5555 and $2.85 for coffee mug. So for coffee mug I have to enter $2.85. Let me change this. This is the 2.85 for coffee mug. This is the price for coffee mug, and the budget price is $11.99. So uh, these are the quality growth rates. You have asked me that for every year after 2020, this is the growth rate is 20%, 20%, 20%, and I have taken the growth rate at 20%. Let me do it. 2007. Just leave it. I have amended afterwards. So now 2.85, the growth rate are here, as you have told me that growth rate is 20% for every product and the 15% for coffee mug for every L. You can change it at your own well. Now you can see that this is the sale quantity. You have asked me that the total sale quantity of for the first year 2020 will be 10,000 for the first product. As you can see that this is the 10,000 for the first product. For the second product, the sale quantity will be 20,000. Sum is 20,000 for all of the months. So 20,000. Black red hat, this is also 20,000. This is also, you can see 20,000, and this is also, you can see 20,000. And for the coffee mug, the sale quantity is 5,000. Just you can see that you have given the figure 5,000. You have no need to put anything else. All the formulas are entered in this sheet. You just need to change the blue font cells. So this is the revenue. We have completed the entry in the revenue, and now if we want to check our figures in the revenue, then go to the 7B income statement year 1 to 5, and here you can see that the revenue the revenue for 2020, revenue for 2021, and the next years. If you want to see the breakups, then just click on this plus sign and you can see the breakups of this revenue. This is the whole breakup. That's a hoodie black for the total, and so on. If you want to enter more, you can see this is the breakup, some of the all these breakups. Let me close this. So this is the total cost of goods sold. So this is the breakup. You have supplied me as the prices, so you can see the breakup of all these. This is the cost of goods sold breakup. This is how it's formulated. This is formulated by multiplying the quantity with the price. Here you can see that here is the cost of goods sold 5 multiplied by this 10,000. It's a 50,000. So this is the cost of goods sold for the first product. Let me check. Cost of goods is the cost of goods sold for the product. It's a 50,000. You can see that. Now you can calculate every other product and cross check it. Now let's come to the payroll section. You haven't asked me to enter any payroll. I have just entered this sheet. I have just seen the sheet, and here is the salaries and wages area of payroll. So I just assume that the payrolls are equal to this. Just go back to the assumption sheet and go here. This is the area where you can enter your payrolls. You can change the name in the blue cells. Just see that this is the owner, admin. I have assumed that these are the areas where the payrolls will be spent. So employees first year of hiring, if you want to hire any, for example, these are sales persons. If you want to hire salesperson in the year 4, then you can just click it 4. So it will charge the cost of sale in the payroll from year 4, not in year 1. So I have assumed that I have hired all the employees in the first year. This is in these are the number of employees you can change as per on your will. So number of owners is 1, admin 2, accountants 2, salespersons are 8. These are the hourly salaries. You can change if you want to increase or decrease the salaries in the year 1. So these are estimated working of all. I have assumed that every person we are hiring is working for 40 hours. These are estimated monthly pay for whole of this category, and this is the estimated per yearly pay. This is the total for year 1. So if you want to check this the total for year 1, then go to the income statement yearly one, the same sheet, and go to the check this is 4,77,000, the yearly salary for year 1. So now let's come to the next years. If these are the growth rate for the salaries, if you want to salaries increase the salaries or the owner for 15%, for year 1 to 2 20%, and so on. And similarly I can increase the salary of admin, and I can increase the salary of accountants, and so on. You can change these figures to increase the salaries of every category of the person, so that it will affect the payroll figure here. So this figure is calculating from that figures. Now you can see that these are the graphs we have discussed. The graphs, these are the revenue graph. We have entered the revenue and see the what is the revenue. This is the graph of the revenue. This is the salaries graph, the salaries, total salaries in the year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's move ahead. Now we have the operating expenses. These are the operating expenses. You just need to enter the operating expenses, the estimated expenses for the estimated monthly expenses in the first year. So I have entered the monthly expenses as per my understanding for the first year, and you have no need to enter the monthly expenses for the next years. You just need to enter the growth rate of operating expenses here. I have assumed that for every year the expenses would be increased by 10%. If you want to increase or decrease for at any year, you can enter the expenses here, so it will affect the amount. So again, go to the income statement year 1, and you can see that these are all the operating expenses which are reflecting in here in this area. So the next part is the amortized startup expenses. So you have not told me any amortized expenses, but if you have any amortized expenses, for example, when you start the business, you have some expenses it at very start. These are other than regular expenses. So if you have, then you put these expenses here. For example, pre-operating salaries and wages, upfront insurance payments, inventory, or legal accounting fee at the start of the business, utility deposits, or any other expenses you can enter here, and you can made a note. Then these expenses will be amortized on 5 years. Okay, so since we have not any expenses at the start of the business, so this area is showing as blank figures. If you have, then put that. These are the depreciation, so these are also blank. So let's assume that if you have fixed assets, then you have to put these here in assumption sheet. For example, land, building improvement, machinery, and any. And these are the depreciation years on which how many years the asset will be depreciated. So if you have, then put all those here, and the model will calculate the depreciation automatically, and will charge the depreciation in the income statement as an expense. Now let's talk about the interest rates. if you want to take some loans from your banks, and you the, here you have to enter here, this is the loan 1 2 3 4 or others bank debt. Just put the amount of loan, interest rate, and amortization. uh, I mean, how many uh, after how many months you have to you will need to pay back the loan. Just enter here and it will calculate the amount of loan and its interest rate and its interest, and it will show the interest here. Now the next thing is bad debt expenses. The next thing is income tax. Yes, go here, income statement sheet. Here the income tax assumptions. I have assumed that income tax rate as 17% for every year, year 1 2 3, and if you have to change the income tax expense, then you need to go here and you will have the income tax change here. So here is a small graph of your gross profit and income, net income or loss. You can see this as details from here. This is the gross profit, earning before interest and PAT. This is the operating expenses over the year, profit yearly. This is the highlights. So you can see that highlights, these highlights here. Payroll, this is the payroll for year 1. If you want to see the payroll, the breakups of payrolls, you can see in this sheet. Although this sheet is linked with the income statements, this is the starting point. So you can also see no need to change in this sheet. If you enter the information in the assumption sheet, that will be reflected in this sheet here. So this is the operating expenses. You know that the operating expenses in the income statement. This is the cash flow. So you need to, if you want to see the cash flow, you can see that how many beginning balance of the cash at the start of the year and how many balance at the end of the cash year. You can see the cash reserves from dashboard. You can see from here. Here is the graph for cash reserves. So cash reserves is also completed. Income statement. Here is the balance sheet. So you can see that the balance of the cash and of the cash at the end of the every year. So this is the fixed, since you haven't entered any fixed assets in the assumption sheet, so it is showing zero. So it is the loans, you have not entered any loans, so this is showing as zero. These are the membership fee. You have asked me that the membership fee is $20,000. So in the first year, and in the next years it is $100,000. So you can see that 100 plus 20,000 have become 1,20,000. Now let me show you how to enter or change these membership fees. Just go in the assumption sheet and go here. Here you can see that this is membership fee. You have told me that the membership fee rate is $20 per membership. So I have entered in every year that the rate is $20. If you want to change, then you can change this here for every 5 years. So these are the years. For first year we have sold 1,000 memberships. For second year we have sold 5,000, 8,500, 12,500, and 25,000. And you can see the here the membership fees, the memberships. So for the whole the year, you can see this is the membership fee is $20,000. For the whole, I have charged it evenly. For the next year, membership is $100,000. For the third year, the membership is $1,70,000. As you have told me here. So for the fourth year, the membership is $250,000, and for the fifth year, the membership is $500,000. So that is for now. So please use this model and change these the figures, and tell me what other requirements do you want so that I can incorporate in this model. Thank you very much.